An introduction to detoxification and the healing crisis. The definition of a healing crisis is the process associated with heightened cleansing and cellular rebuilding, a sign of improving health. It results in better health as disease-causing factors are removed. It only occurs to the degree at which the body can tolerate without injury and therefore will not cause harm. A healing crisis is in fact when the body is in the process of eliminating toxins. Reactions may be mild or they may be severe, and usually result in better health. One should expect this and work toward it. The body's inherent desire is perfect health, and we have the ability to learn and earn our way back to this state. To do so, the body must go through an elimination process. This is called the healing crisis. A healing crisis results when all the body systems work in concert to eliminate waste products and set the stage for regeneration. Old tissues are replaced with new, and stored toxins are eliminated. A cleansing, purifying process is underway, and stored wastes are more easily removed. Sometimes there is a pain of greater intensity that the lower level of chronic problem gives, but it is usually of only a short duration. The crisis will usually bring about past conditions in reverse order to the original problem. People often forget the diseases or injuries they have had in the past, but are usually reminded during the healing crisis. It may re-enter back into their consciousness, for example. Reactions may include skin eruptions, nausea, headache, sleepiness, fatigue, diarrhea, a cold, ear infections, boils, or any other way that the body uses to eliminate toxins. The crisis usually lasts 3 days, but if the energy of the patient is low, it may last for a week or more. The body needs juices, especially water, and preferably ozonated water, to help carry off the toxins. This is a time for rest, mental as well as physical. One crisis is not always enough for a complete cure. The person in a chronic state who has gone through many disease processes in life must go through these processes again. Often the crisis will come after one feels his very best, setting the stage for the action. Most people feel an energy boost the first few days. Then toxins are dumped into the bloodstream for elimination by the liver, kidneys, spleen, skin, bladder, and colon, our elimination faculties. Listen to your body and go as slowly as your body needs to, so that your cleansing is gradual and comfortable. With a more serious condition, there may be many small crises to go through before the final one is possible. Everything must be considered and given in its proper place in the build-up to healing crisis. One should expect it and work towards it, as I've said already, and then the goal of optimal health can be achieved. There are several good health books with descriptions of the healing crisis, and some of them are usually naturopathic based, but there's an excellent one by Bruce Fife titled The Healing Crisis. The healing crisis is one of the most understood aspects of natural healing. Even many health practitioners, include medical doctors, do not generally understand it. They will treat it as a sickness with medicines that stop symptoms and abort the healing process. Knowing what the healing crisis is why it happens, when it happens, and what to do about it is of vital importance in reclaiming and achieving better health. In traditional, complementary, and alternative medicine, disease is often viewed as a set of symptoms, and treatment is focused at removing those symptoms. The problem with this approach is that the symptoms are not the cause of the disease. They are only the body's response to it. Suppressing or masking the symptoms will not cure the disease. All drugs have adverse side effects. All drugs are toxic to some degree, but people use them because they are perceived as providing a quick fix. But really, they only help manage the symptoms and don't actually get to the root cause of the disease. The way to recover health is to rid the body of its toxic overload and nourish the vital life force. The removal of disease-causing agents can lead to a healing crisis. During the cleansing process, excess fat and hardened mucus and toxic waste throughout the body emulsify and wash out into the bloodstream to be discarded. This influx of toxins into the system brings on symptoms of sickness. People who have had problems with skin rashes or eruptions will frequently eliminate poisons through the skin, and new rashes will develop. The skin, as a cleansing organ, is becoming more active. The healing process also works in cycles. You will have feelings of health and well-being separated by periods of discomfort caused by elimination of toxins. If you have had problems with psoriasis, when you improve your diet, start a cleansing program, it may greatly improve the condition, although not completely clear it up. You may be relatively free of skin problems for a couple of months and feel the new way of diet and lifestyle is slowly working. Then, red, itching, flaking skin will suddenly reappear and become as though you are having a resurgence of your skin problems you've had for years. It may last a month or more, but then clear up suddenly and completely. After this, you will feel and look great. The dry, flaky skin rash was the body's way of ridding itself of toxic debris. Now that the diet is clean, new toxins are not being infused into the cells and tissues, and the body was finally able to purge them from the system. So to be physically healthy, you must also be mentally and emotionally healthy. Our thoughts, actions, reactions, and interactions with others have a great bearing on our physical health. Anger, fear, greed, worry, hate, and other negative feelings affect the function of the body and the secretion of hormones. While your body is cleansing, you will re-experience many of the illnesses you have had in the past, all the way back to childhood. This is called the reversal process. In the 19th century, a Hungarian homeopathic physician named Constantine Hering made a discovery that is known today as Hering's Law of Cure. He stated that all cure comes from within, outwards, from the head down, and in reverse order of the symptoms that they have appeared in the body. In other words, healing starts from the inside of the body, works outside, and from the top of the head downward, according in the reverse order that the sickness affected the body. Toxins from poor quality food and putrefying fecal matter in the colon poison the entire body, including the brain. As a result, our emotions are affected, and this spawns discontent, anger, moodiness, and impatience, which leads to social and family problems. These problems and in turn aggravate emotional disturbances that increase the acidity and toxicity of the body. Toxins aggravate emotions, which in turn increase toxicity, and it's a downward cycle that feeds itself, getting worse and worse. When a person first encounters a severe healing process, or severe healing crisis even, it is common to worry. Even though well informed about the discomforts of the healing process, the person usually doesn't really believe, accept, or understand it. What often happens is that the person begins to feel a need to get medical attention so it doesn't get worse. After all, medical doctors are well trained to handle emergencies and life-threatening situations, right? The discomfort of the crisis may get worse with each day. The person worries and begins to believe that it must be an illness and I must need medical help. The person goes to the doctor. And if you go to a doctor, what can he or she do for you? They can diagnose an illness, which won't cure it, or they can give you some drugs to suppress or manage your symptoms, which can help, but ultimately they're negating the healing and the cleansing process. The body has to heal itself, whether it is encumbered with drugs or not. And it can usually do a better job of healing with the added burden of dealing with toxic chemicals. The body does the healing, not the doctor, and not the drugs. Period. It is the body, it is the life force, it is the healing, intuitive mechanisms that are intelligent of our own body that do the healing. This is nature's way of purging harmful toxins from the body and restoring health. By the way of the healing crisis. The crises can be so mild that they are unnoticeable, or so dramatic that you almost think that your life is about to end. In order to remove the disease from the body and achieve health and well-being, you must go through healing crises. Prepare yourself mentally for it, look forward to it, and when it comes, be happy that you are healing.